Welcome back to Sports Showtime, everybody. I'm Hobie Artie. Well, we've got a lot of action this weekend in LSU athletics, so get ready. Here's your weekend preview. The LSU track and field team will be sending its squad to the NCAA Indoor Championships this weekend. The team will be heading to College Station, Texas for the meet and looking to gain some national recognition. The third-ranked Lady Tigers will be sending 9 competitors in 10 events, and the 7th-ranked men's team will have 5 participants. The meet will start up on Friday at 3 p.m. We got a chance to talk with head coach Dennis Shaver about the team heading into the championships.
We're looking forward to it, and certainly our athletes are healthy, and more importantly, I think have some pretty strong marks going into the competition. So we're fairly confident as to what it is that we can accomplish in the meet.
The 20th ranked softball team will be heading out of the new Tiger Park this weekend and will be packing their bags for Athens, Georgia as they get set to take on the 8th ranked Georgia Lady Bulldogs. Last weekend, the Lady Tigers had their first SEC series against Kentucky, which they won 2-1. The Lady Bulldogs are a little bit tougher of an opponent, however, as they beat #1 ranked Washington last weekend. The Bulldogs are currently 15-2 so far this season. The Lady Tigers are not too far behind with their record of 14-5. First pitch of Game 1 is slated for noon on Saturday. The gymnastics team will be closing out its season this weekend on the road as they head on over to Shreveport to take on Centenary. The ladies are coming off of last weekend's meet against North Carolina State, where the team set its second highest score of the season. The team made a huge jump in the polls this week as they vaulted from number 11 to their current seat at number 6. After this weekend's meet, the ladies will head into the SEC Championships, which are set to be held next Saturday. Well, the men's and women's tennis teams will both be heading into action this weekend. The men's team will be taking on Vanderbilt in Nashville on Friday, then will be heading to Lexington, Kentucky to take on the 21st ranked Kentucky Wildcats. Sports Showtime caught up with head coach Jeff Brown to see how he thinks his team will handle a tough road weekend.
It's going to be difficult, and the weather's probably not going to be as nice as it's been here, so we're going to have to either deal with playing indoors or, in colder temperatures. So we'll just see. I think we match up pretty well. I think we're pretty even, and we'll just see.
Now, the women's tennis team, on the other hand, will be taking on the same teams, Vanderbilt and Kentucky, but in the comfort of Dub Robinson Stadium. The 20th ranked Lady Tigers will take on the Lady Commodores on Friday at 3, and the 13th ranked Lady Wildcats on Sunday at noon. And last but certainly not least, the LSU baseball team will head into another weekend series this weekend as they prepare to avenge 2 losses from last weekend as Kentucky heads into Baton Rouge. For a more in-depth look at that series and what the Tigers can do to prevent a repeat of last weekend, I'll kick it over to Brian and Eric at the desk.
Thanks, Toby. I'm now joined by Sports Director Eric Vollenweider, who is our resident baseball expert. Welcome to the show, Eric.
Well, it's nice to be in front of the camera for a change.
All right, well, nice to get you on here. All right, it was a tough loss last night to ULL, and also an even tougher loss in a whole series over Illinois over the weekend. Now, these are 2 teams who weren't even looking to be able to pack the Tigers' lunch, let alone beat us in a series. Eric, simply what happened?
Well, Brian, as you know, baseball is a complicated game. Playing so many games over the course of the season, you're bound to lose a few that you shouldn't. However, I see some long-term problems the Tigers must correct if they want to make another run at the College World Series. First thing, they must start games better. Through their first 9 games, they were only behind in 2 of them. However, the past 5 games, they fell behind in the first 3 innings in 4 out of the 5. The team must also learn to hit with runners in scoring position. Tigers are getting a lot of guys on, but are not able to get them home when it counts. Also, this team must stop swinging for the fences and learn to manufacture runs. All these things, get better on all these things, they'll be better over the long haul.
All right, so we found out that our team is not perfect and we're not as deserving of the #1 ranking as we thought we were coming into the season. But it's a long season. It's hard to go undefeated in any sport. And we got SEC play coming up against Kentucky this weekend. What are some outlooks for that series?
Well, Brian, Kentucky's definitely going to be the Tigers' most formidable opponent. The Wildcats are 29th ranked team in the nation and have just 2 losses so far. This team is led by 2 Northerners, infielders Chris Bison and left-handed pitcher Chris Rusin. Bison is hitting .412 on the season with 18 RBIs, and Rusin is a strong left-handed pitcher who's 3-0 in the season and has 29 strikeouts in only 17 innings of work. If you remember back to last Friday's night games against Illinois, the Illini threw a power-throwing left-handed pitcher who completely shut down the Tigers' lefty-dominated lineup in a 3-1 victory. Hopefully Paul Maneri has his squad better prepared this weekend.
All right, Eric, that all seems simple enough. We want to thank you for coming in and blessing us with some of your baseball knowledge and expertise. We'll have you back later on in the season. That does it for your weekend preview, but stay tuned because when we come back, we'll have your Athletes of the Week. You're watching Sports Showtime on Tiger TV. One is a gymnast who accomplished the highest scores of her career, and the other a football/baseball player who's batting .500 against Louisiana teams.
These two people, Brian, are referring to our Sports Showtime's Athletes of the Week.
Our female athlete of the week is junior gymnast Susan Jackson. Career and season high scores led Jackson to event titles in the bar, floor, and beam exercises at last Friday night's meet against NC State. She also captured the all-around title with a career high score of 39.7. For her outstanding performance, Jackson was also named SEC Gymnast of the Week.
Our male athlete of the week is junior outfielder Jared Mitchell. In the Tigers' big win over Southeastern Tuesday, Mitchell went 1 for 2 with 2 runs and RBI in his 3rd home run of the season. Last night against ULL, he went 2 for 3 with another pair of runs and an RBI.
All right, Mary Claire, as big of an LSU sports fan as I am, I have not yet been to a game in the new box, so hopefully I'll be the good luck charm for the guys against Kentucky in that series.
Hopefully you will. I mean, I really want to see some more play like they did right at the beginning of the season.
Well, I think it's pitching consistency and offensive and lineup switches are kind of causing problems. But
without pitching, you can't win games.
Hopefully we'll get everything together. All right, well, that's going to do it for us here at LSU Sports Showtime. But you can catch the rebroadcast of this show on Tiger TV tonight at 6:30.
Or if you're off campus, you can catch us on Cox Channel 4 at 11:30 and WBTR Channel 19 at midnight. You can also check us out on the web at www.tigertv.tv.
From all of us here at Sports Showtime, have a great day.
Tune into the livest game coverage around. Talking LSU sports, Showtime in the towns. Get the scoop on the ball, a sneak peek on the track. Key in on the field when them Tigers attack. In fact, you get it back a few times a week. But it starts on Tuesday, 3rd day of the week. They're beasts when they broadcast, increase like a fall class. Critique when I speak by my squad in the quad, man. Yeah, they the stars on the quad, man. That's the TVC, Tiger TVP. Every game, every start, every player, every situation they facing the star in the making. And you get it first exclusively. Yeah, I know you feeling me. Who want the latest on the TIG?